I'm the Director of Music at St Martin in the Fields in London, and 7 years ago we formed a new programme called Great Sacred Music. And the idea here was to use music as mission. So we've created an event each week, different themes, doing theological and musical reflections on the different pieces of music. And the idea is to attract as many people in as a kind of entry point into church, entry point into faith. And what we found at St Martin's is that people have come in through this series and then suddenly they become part of our worshipping community together. And we really want to see if this is a model that actually is transferable and can work elsewhere, which is why we've begun Great Sacred Music in Manchester. And part of the reason for taking it around the diocese is to see whether this mission model of Great Sacred Music can really work in different places. Obviously, it needs to work within local contexts, but can that really start to use choral music to attract people into church, but also then, when they're here, find out what they can actually do and how they can grow their faith through that. So we began this in September by forming the HeartEdge Manchester Choral Scholars, which is a group of 9 students who've come together to sing regularly in a number of the city centre churches. So what we're trying to do here is actually create a new hub of music education activity for that age group here in Manchester. And it's really exciting because actually what it's done is stop people having to take the West Coast Main Line down to London and say that actually within Manchester and within the Northwest there is now a way in which people can really develop their professional music skills, and hopefully that means that these skills are then transferable. They can then take these and keep them locally, and hopefully as we are gradually training up these choral scholars, they'll be able to then contribute back to the community of music here in Manchester. In September, we're beginning phase 2 of the project, which is expanding from the HeartEdge Choral Scholars to creating community choirs in churches in Manchester, hopefully beyond that to creating children's choirs. And the idea is that we're trying to create as many different entry points to church as possible through obviously community choirs where anybody can come and join in, children's choirs where families can take part, and obviously with our HeartEdge Choral Scholars through aspiring professional musicians. So the idea is to create a really big hub of music activity in Manchester and attract as many people in as possible, and then see what journeys that takes them on.